So, guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So, still talking about Grapple King 7. Grapple King 7 is going to be Saturday, the 2nd of April. It's going to be in Port Now, everybody's been laughing about this because I've been absolutely saying this name terribly over the last couple of weeks, but we've managed to get it right over time. So, Port so, as I say, Saturday, 2nd of April. Believe the event kicks off around about 5 o'clock, so they are quite punctual as well, Grapple Kings. So the fights should be kind of regular as and when they're supposed to be on. So now, ticket availability, Grapple Kings Facebook page, they take you through to their ticketing site. Tickets are 30 and 40 euros, depending on where you're going to be sitting. There's also Flow Grappling is going to be live at the event as well. So anybody that has a Flow Grappling subscription, make sure you're watching it that night. Anybody that doesn't have, then obviously, as you probably know, it costs money to get on Flow Grappling. So double check. Yeah. So make sure you go on to Flow Grappling and definitely get the event booked. It's going to be a fantastic event. Obviously, Team Northern Ireland versus Team Southern Ireland. And then obviously you've got the co-main event, Marcus Phelan, Craig Spider McIntosh, and obviously that crazy main event as well, Owen Livesey and Santiri Elias. So going to be an unbelievable night of action. As I say, you're going to have some of the top grapplers from all over Ireland, so south and north of Ireland. So some of the best that Ireland's got to offer. So we're definitely buzzing to see what's going to happen on the night. Now, my next guest is going to be on the show that night. So Martin McClenaghan of New Ground Jiu Jitsu, so ZR team. So he's going to be on the show that night against Ryan Mangan. So again, two fantastic grapplers, two really, really good grapplers. Again, I've heard some stuff about both Ryan and Martin. So there's also some footage of Martin as well at previous Grapple Kings online. So anybody that wants to watch can definitely see a little of what Martin's going to bring on the 2nd of April. So Martin, listen, absolute pleasure, buddy, to have you on. How you doing?
Thanks very much, mate. Yeah, doing well. Doing well.
Yeah.
Long days, training hard, just back from London there at AGP. Wasn't my best weekend, but it's good to get the rust off and get back competing, and that's the goal at the moment. It's just to get as many matches and kind of get back into the way of competing, because it's a skill in itself. Getting good in the gym is great, but need to be competing if I want to be achieving anything. So that was a good weekend away with Reedy and Simon there. So well.
How was London? How was the venue, first of all? Because I know that some events that you go to, obviously some are letting spectators in, others are maybe restricting the amount of spectators that get in. I mean, how was the event? Was it everybody was allowed in, no issues at all?
It didn't. They didn't. There was no restrictions imposed. I didn't see anything like that. But we were all competitors, so I don't know if there was any. If we had been walking in as a group, had they would stopped us, where we were all competitors that are competing. So I don't know if there would have been. It seemed like everyone who was there was competing, and it was probably like one of the best run competitions I've ever seen. It was so professional, ridiculous. There was so much money put into it, the prize money that you were getting if you're even on the podium, and just the amount of high level people just in the warm-up area, it's crazy. When you get a brown belt and then you go into these competitions and then you see who you're standing next to, and it's a bit mind blowing, So the arena was amazing, and weighing in the day before for a competition was completely different. It was so good. I think we overdid it a bit with that, we taking advantage of it. That's a bit of a lesson, but we had a great time, and then the rule set and the points. There was a lot of controversial decisions at the weekend, just from the training with the guys, in Ireland and at home. There was a lot of VAR. It was a lot like football almost, a lot of controversy. People were winning the match, and then they were getting a call basically to challenge, and then the whole match was being changed and the other person was winning. That was happening a lot of times to very high level competitors, which was surprising. But the whole rule set was so different.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a great experience, you know, and definitely would do more AGP competitions just for the smoothness of how it all runs, and just like the level of everybody there, like so good, like, and you can actually get money, you know, it's crazy.
That's always a good thing, because
Yeah.
as you know, I mean, you've been around for a number of years. I mean, how many comps have you done where we get absolutely nothing? We get a medal, we get a nice gold, a silver, a bronze medal, and then you've got memories. But there's obviously a few quid in the pocket. It'll be obviously a good thing.
That's it. I've only ever done one competition where I've won money. I've won a few rash guards, but that's about it. But I won money once, and that was like for quickest submission on like Submission Samurai or whatever. It was just like bonus, you know, bonus. Like it wasn't like it was crazy, but yeah, it's nice to have a few quid to go home with, you know. I didn't get it this weekend, but maybe one day.
I think the best thing I ever won was, I think it was a bar of soap. They did I don't know if you remember, a while back, the fight soap. So a few years ago they did what's called fight soap. There was like different kind of smells and aromas and stuff like that. And then, like, so I managed to get
like staff or something.
So I got I won gold, and I got a bar of green soap to go with it. So, which was awesome, mate. Do you know what I mean? It was it's still in the cupboard. Yeah, listen, it's still in the cupboard. It's not been touched. It's still in the wrapper. So that's my memories. In 50 years' time, I could look back and say, listen, your granda won this bar of soap. So,
you've got a trophy cabinet full of soap, like.
So, but I mean, it was something. It was something. It's always good to get something for nothing. So, well, when I say for nothing, obviously we put in the hard work to get it. So, but
you weren't expecting anything, you know.
Yeah. But a bar of soap was good. Rash guards is brilliant as well. I mean, I've been at a few comps where they've been giving out rash guards and gis, and obviously, if don't know if you remember, some competitions were doing like trips to the Euros and things like that as well. So it'll definitely be good to see some of these competitions back at some point this year. So
definitely.
Yes. And what about you? I mean, how's everything going training wise now that we are officially back, Martin? How's everything going for you training wise?
My training, it's a bit it's going well, but there's just like a lot of it. So I teach really early in the morning, and I train as well when I'm not teaching those days, and then I go to work, and then I usually train maybe 3 evenings as well. So I do like 6 a.m. and then I do. So I know Nooney was on with you, and he was saying he was in training this morning.
Yeah.
So it's good of him to shout me out, but we would train in. There's another guy competing on the card, James Baker. He's like one of the up and coming blue belts in the gym. He's doing real well.
Yeah.
We train with him in the morning, and then in the evening we have like a coaches training, which we all, it's basically all our training together, because we don't get that much time outside of teaching, you know. So we do that from like 4:30 to like 6, so it's 6:30ish. So it's I'm doing those 2 sessions, and they're pretty full on, you know. They're meant to be intense. So I'm just getting tired, you know, after like a run up to competition, and then competing takes it out of you. But then like I'm making good progress, and I'm really looking forward to doing no-gi again. You know, it's definitely I'm better at that than gi anyway. But so I'm looking forward to competing in it again. And we have Grapple Kings, and then the Dublin Open, and a couple of Grapple Industries, and then we're going to go to ADCC trials in Poland, and just take in all the experience and just go do my best, and you know, like just see what happens. Like it's, you know, on the day, it could be anyone's day, you know. So that's the current like 2 to 3 months. Like that's all the competitions that I have in sight. So my training's probably going to stay consistent like that. And I'm just trying to get as many competitions under my belt, and just like push myself, you know, and taking like a real analytical view on it all. So like everything's recorded. I analyze my matches and break them down, and go into the room with, you know, the other guys we're training with, and try to make them better every time. So I'm just figuring out that process as well. So it's going pretty good, like.
Yeah. You mentioned James as well. I know James's matchup was mentioned just in the last couple of days. So obviously I'll be in touch with James, hopefully at some point over the next few days, try and get something sorted with him as well. So and then Grapple Kings. I mean, you've been on Grapple Kings before, so tell
Yeah.
us the atmosphere. How's the atmosphere? Because I know that I've only ever seen it. This will be the first event that I'm going to be coming over. But I mean, that walk down the stairs through the crowd, and people are talking about smoke machines, and just the
Yeah.
atmosphere as you're coming down seems to be absolutely electric.
It is. It's real intimate. You know, it's like if you're ever at a bar and there's just like live music and on. It's kind of like that. You can hear you can hear the two guys fighting, like heavy breathing, because everyone's so quiet. You know, it gets a bit weird sometimes. You know, you're just like rubbing on each other, like breathing heavy, exhausted. You just sometimes it's just like what's happening here. But it's great. Like it's really good. And when you're on the stage, like me personally, like I don't really see anything else or like hear anyone else. Doesn't really like play into it and just be relaxed. Like if I don't know, it's just I don't know if everyone's like that, but for me, like it's quite nice because the lights are on you as well, so everything around you kind of blacks out a bit. And I fought David O'Neill on the last one, and you know it went pretty good. That was like the week before everything shut down, and it was pretty bad. Like, so that was good. I think we were the only two from the north on the show that day. I remember seeing him saying that to us. You know, he had to come from basically the other end of Ireland to get down. Like, it was a pretty long trip for him. But I've kept in contact with David, and like we've been training off and on, like in good contacts with, you know, they're working with like the UK BJJ, and they're setting up some competitions for the kids and stuff. So I'm like heavily involved in our kids academy and just the club goals in general. So it's good to have some sort of progression that way. But like I think you'll enjoy it. Like you I don't know, you want to jump on the mat on, I reckon, a lot of the time. I went and watched them as well, and they're like you do just want to go and train. Like any competition you're not competing in, you just feel like, oh, I wish I had signed up, you know, sort of thing.
Well, listen, Owen Livesey's on. So I remember Owen Livesey was in Scotland at an SGI. I think it was the last SGI, and he got asked a question about throwing someone, because obviously Owen Livesey, big judo guy, do you know what I mean, Commonwealth judo champion, and he said, when I get Stoomboy, I'm going to throw Stoomboy through the DJ's table. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. How did I get dragged in? So if Owen Livesey has his own way, he's going to drag me on the mat as well. So
you might get some good running shoes then.
So, but no, I mean, Grapple Kings 5. Obviously, I know that. Obviously, I'd watched the matchup with you and David, and again, it was an awesome matchup. I know David's doing some great stuff over in Northern Ireland, so so there's a lot of good stuff going on. Obviously, with the UK BJJ, the kids, and so on. So it's going to be great. Obviously, some of the stuff. I know we had a kids comp there on Sunday. So we had the Scottish UK BJJ, and it was awesome seeing all these kids coming out and just enjoying themselves, and obviously them winning medals, regardless if it was gold, silver, or bronze. Even if they didn't win, I mean, they were so happy to be there. They were running about and making hundreds of noise, and oh mate, it was chaos. So
kids do the best jiu-jitsu as well. You know, like that's the best. They already know what they're doing. Like you just have to let them go. Just go for it. Like so good to watch them. Like
some of the jiu-jitsu I was seeing on at the weekend as well. I mean, kids as young as like 6 and 7 year old. Do you know what I mean? Some of the jiu-jitsu, and you're watching it, you're thinking, wow, and double leg takedowns, and do you know what I mean? Oh mate, it was unbelievable watching. And I remember some of them coming off and just going over to their coaches like, mate, what have they been doing for the last 18 months? We had a lockdown. How are these kids so good? But it was brilliant to see. Do you know what I mean? So I know we're going to try and get over to Northern Ireland as well for obviously when the UK BJJ sets one up over there. So we're gonna get some time over, pop over for it as well. I know they're having the big nationals as well. The nationals in is it May, I believe. So
they're doing kids competing on that one as well.
So I think it's May the 20th and 21st, I believe. So So I know we're going to be over for that. So me and possibly the regional director of Scotland, James McIntyre. So yeah, looking forward to some great kids jiu-jitsu. So kids jiu-jitsu is sometimes better than us adults jiu-jitsu.
Most of the time, we get tired real easy. They just have no stop. Like they're so good, and some of the kids get a real ego about them, and they love like showing off. Some of them are just chill, and they just think it's just easy to them, They just walk through life. I like to chill, It's just like it's easy to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. As it's going to be great to come over and see. So obviously, you mentioned a couple of things that you're going to be doing this year. So obviously, Grapple Kings will be one of your main focuses because obviously it's coming up next weekend, so just a week and a half away. So, and then obviously you talked a couple of things. One, the ADCC trials over in Poland. That'll be a big one as well. I mean, that's going to be I mean, you're talking about some of the top grapplers all over Europe are going to be on that card as well. I mean, originally it was maybe in Moldova. Obviously, all the stuff that's going on there. So they've moved it on a little bit further up the road. So obviously it's in Poland. I mean, you're looking forward to that one then? Is that you going to be your first time at the trials, or have you been before, Martin?
No, that'll be the first one. Actually James, who's on the show, he went to the first trials there this year.
Yeah,
he just wanted to go, get the experience. We're trying to have that mindset of you can't expect to win the competition if you're not even going. So we're just trying to get as many of us going across and treating it like a regular competition, not making it up too much in our head. Just go. Prepare as you would and try to better each year sort of thing. So this will be the first time going, but it was good he went first because he got pure shafted when he went first time. He showed up and they were like, "Where's your doctor's note?" And he had to go get a medical and get all this other stuff sorted. So it's like it was good he got the get all the downfalls of it, so now he learn from it. We'll go over and it'll be easy, smooth road, But I'm really looking forward to just like being in the room, just seeing what the atmosphere is like in the environment, and just like there's lots of things that like you don't pick up unless you're there, like at a competition. So just looking forward, and there'll be a lot of good people from Ireland. Like I always hope that people from Ireland do well wherever we go and compete, and just like seeing the ZR team, as well. Like that's the two teams. Whenever you go away, you're just hoping that like, if one of you win, you all kind of win. That's the mentality. So it's always good, when you're going away because there's a lot of up and coming guys going, and that's good. Like you want to see the sport do well. So that's what. Hopefully I do okay. That's the main thing.
And that's the one thing. I mean, ZR team always come represented. Obviously, especially no-gi. I mean, Eastern Europe, obviously, they've got quite a lot of gyms, big representation of the ZR team, Eastern Europe. So they're going to come, and it's always like big wrestlers and Sambo guys and just crazy grapplers. So they're going to be well represented, obviously, in the ADCC trials in Poland.
Yeah, I think I don't know if Gabriel Souza's in the ADCC yet. I don't know if he got an invite, but he's done real good. No-gi. His match against Mikey last, he's someone to watch. Like, but yeah, 100%. It's I don't know what's after that, but it'll just be a year of trying to compete as much. So we're gonna, and for the team, like the New Year team, we're gonna try to do half a year, focused on the gi, and then half a year focused on no-gi. So we'll be coming into no-gi season like after that, and just maybe going to like Worlds and no-gi Euros and things because they weren't on. So I'm expecting them to come up in October. So they're the actual goal is no-gi Euros is like something like people from Ireland have won, and that's something that like you want to go a step at a time towards the goal. So it's like local competitions, and then like more international ones as it goes. So that's how I kind of see it moving for myself, my own personal progress.
And in case anybody didn't know, Andy Chapman obviously won a gold medal. I think everybody in Ireland knows about it because Andy Chapman tells everybody every day. He's still well, he used to walk about. He said he had the medal. Now he's got it in a frame on the wall. but he still puts posts up. Even, I mean, the Euros was what, I don't know, last month, the month before, and he's still putting posts up. He's still enjoying it. He's still living off it. So
that's it. Buzzing, why not? Like, you know.
Oh, definitely.
It's his Instagram. What are you gonna do, man? You know, you do what you want. Like,
well, listen, it was his Instagram until somebody hacked it and took it off him, and now they're selling Bitcoin through Andy Chapman. So
too many European posts. That's all it was. Like, just think of it. Like, it was you, Stoomboy. It was you.
So I remember he messaged me. He said, "Stuart, do you think I'm posting too much about it?" And I was like, "No, not at all, mate. Keep posting, keep posting." I said, "I'd be going to like the shops and stuff with the medal on and like out the way. I'm a European champion." So, but I did encourage him, and he's still posting to this day. So good on him.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's not easy. Like, so jiu-jitsu is hard. Yeah. Like, so you remember that once you compete. It's not easy. Like, it doesn't matter like what you do. I know, like everyone likes to think that, you know, the people who are winning that make it look easy, but it's hard. Like it's hard to win a match. Never mind a competition. So fair play to anyone, right?
Definitely. And then final thing for you then, Martin. So obviously you've been in the game for a number of years. I'm sure obviously the people you've trained with, there's going to be a big amount of people that have been in and out throughout your journey. But anybody you want to kind of thank? So any kind of friends, family members, teammates, anybody like that? Yeah,
like obviously the guys at Newground and the girls as well. But like Simon and Reedy and training in the morning with young James and KT as well. These are like kids that we've had in our kids academy who are now like adults. So we've had them since I was a blue belt, and now they're blue belts, and it's coming up. So like them guys are like super proud of them, and you know, shout out to like Freshly Prep. They supported me through. They're gonna provide me with meals coming up to Grapple Kings as well, and yeah, just Newground does support me because it's it's my gym, obviously. So it's me, Simon, and Reedy. So that's handy. So I'm going to thank me as well. All right.
Yes.
And then, but yeah, no, like obviously my partner as well, Naomi, and like all my friends and everyone I train with. Like it's everyone knows who they are, who I train with. Like I'm sure they'll not get famous. Like if I shout them out. But thank you all anyway. If I roll with you every single day, if I see you every day, you know, it's thank you, because
you guys definitely know who you are. You guys know who you are. So so yeah, there we go, guys. We're gonna have Martin McClenaghan, New Ground Jiu Jitsu, so ZR team up against Ryan Mangan. That's going to be Saturday, 2nd of April. As I say, make sure you get your tickets directly from the Grapple Kings Facebook page. It will take you through to their booking system. As I say, 30 and 40 euros for the tickets, depending on where you're sitting. Anybody that can't make the event, as I say, make sure you get on to Flow Grappling. If you have a subscription already, then fantastic. If not, obviously go on to Flow Grappling and check out their subscription payments. Now, so Grapple King 7, Port Leash, Saturday, 2nd of April. So, Martin, listen, absolute pleasure to talk to you, buddy. As I said, I fly out I fly over to Dublin on the 2nd, and obviously Andy Chapman, he's going to be picking me up at the airport and bringing me down and drop me back off at the airport, which is absolutely awesome. So definitely a big shout out to Andy for that. But yeah, listen, I've got to catch up with you and the boys. And then, yeah, James, I'll get to catch up with James as well. I saw his matchup was announced, so I'll definitely be dropping him a message, hopefully in the next couple of days as well, Martin. All right.
Thanks very much.
It's an absolute pleasure, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay?
See ya. Bye.
Take care.